Thank you, Ms. Richardson. Thank you all to candidates. We will begin now with the pre-sent questions. I'm rolling the dice as we speak. We've rolled a 1. Mr. Morrissey will give the first response. The first question that was pre-emailed to all of the candidates is, as a Board of Education candidate, what area of improvement would you set for the elementary, middle, and high school?
Thank you. For the elementary school, I think it's very important to identify the children's weakness. These children coming in at 4 and 5 years old, first time in a school environment, I think it's really important that we identify their weaknesses, whether it may be in math, maybe in English. I think it's very important to put our resources towards the weaknesses that they have. Let them know that we'll use all the tools that we have in the educational environment to make their education as strong as possible. We need to build their confidence and their thirst for knowledge. Some kids might be a little stronger in math, some might be a little stronger in English, but the bottom line is that we have to provide the tools necessary for all these children to have a level playing field and to build their confidence. I said it's a work in progress with some children, but the education system, we have some great teachers out there, and we can get it done. Also, I believe in early ages too, I've been a strong advocate of the all-day kindergarten. I think that we don't have it currently right now. We have an extended kindergarten over at Forest School, which I think is a good starting tool. But I think it's important that we find some money to find all the kindergarten for all the students.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Mr. Palmieri?
Thank you very much. As a board member of it, as a member of the Board of Education for the past 8 years, I believe the best course for improvement lies within the implementation of the Common Core state standards. I know that our administration has worked extremely hard to prepare for this change. We provide our teachers with much needed staff development to ensure that the implementation is successful. Our administration team, most importantly, our curriculum coordinators, have revised our curriculum to be prepared for the transition. Teachers have developed common assessments, and time is built into their schedules to discuss teaching strategies as well as student progress and understanding of the skills being taught. The Common Core standards are more rigorous than what was previously taught. The goal is to prepare all students for college and careers. They are designed to make students think and to see connections to real life experience. As a board member, I'm committed to raising the bar for all students. I believe it's crucial to make sure our teachers and our administrators are well prepared for this transition. As we begin this implementation, we need to monitor closely how well students are performing and make sure that they are given the support necessary to be successful. I have no doubt that given the work that has gone into this I'm a nervous wreck, I'm sorry, implementation and the dedication of our teachers, that we are poised for success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Palmieri. Mrs. Russo?
Thank you. I believe that the improvement, in the area of improvement for our elementary, middle, and high school all lie in the areas of early childhood education. Without a strong basis and a strong foundation, children are not going to be successful in middle school nor in high school. We need to start early. We need to get children in early. West Haven lacks in the areas of preschool education as well as all-day kindergarten. Without these basic fundamentals and foundations of education, our children are always going to be behind the 8 ball. The Common Core, as Mr. Palmieri brought up, is a more rigorous curriculum. However, it's a curriculum that I think our teachers are prepared to implement and that our children are prepared to undertake with their guidance. But again, if children are not taught from the beginning, they're not going to catch on in 5th and 6th grade. Studies show that if a child is not on grade level by grade 3, they are never going to catch up. Those first years are so crucial to a child's education that there's no going back. You can say you can improve a middle school by doing X, Y, and Z, or a high school, the same thing. It's not going to matter unless they start off right. Some of our children come to school with a vocabulary of less than 500 words. The average for a kindergartner should be 5,000 words of active oral language. Without these basic principles, our children are not going to succeed. I'm sorry to say that according to School Digger, Connecticut has 176 cities, and West Haven ranks 155 out of 176. I have to tell you, as an educator, I don't totally go by test scores. But as a taxpayer and as
Thank you, Mrs. Russo. Your time has expired. Mrs. Chung?
Thank you. For elementary, I believe it needs consistency. Right now, we have Savin Rock and Washington schools that are equipped with upgraded technology such as smartboards. All schools, like Savin Rock and Washington, should be in the same level. They all should have the smartboards and the technology that the grants that they receive for Savin Rock and Washington as well. All schools need to maintain to be consistent so that all of our children can receive top-of-the-line education. For middle school, it looks like we need to look at the future. Teachers are sharing classrooms. A few may be overcrowded. Right now, my daughter, who's in 3rd grade at Sap Haley, they have 5 classrooms. And each year that she moves on, they have to add another teacher. So next year, when she goes into 4th grade, they will need 5 4th grade teachers. So that grade alone in just Seth Haley is a very large group of children. So when they move on to Bailey, with teachers sharing classrooms, and we're already right now with a supposed low enrollment and some overcrowding in the classrooms, I think Bailey needs to be looked at for the future of our children. For high school, I believe the curriculum needs to be advanced and competitive. Right now, our graduating students are going into college and they are not receiving college-level curriculum. What Bailey has done to change their grading and passing level should be done the same for the high school. If a child is failing in high school, they should be retained and moved on, and they should not be allowed to play sports. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Chung. Ms. Richardson?
One very important goal in education should be that every child be given the tools to achieve the very best level of education they can, and it must start the first day they enter school. Our children would benefit greatly with full-day kindergarten. I believe in smaller class sizes, and I'm very much aware of the financial burdens associated with those 2 goals. However, I believe that it should be a goal and it's definitely achievable. I would like to see more individualized plans for our students. If a child is having difficulty in reading, we should be offering the tools necessary for that child to get on pace with the rest of their classmates. If a child is excelling, on the other hand, that child should be challenged and continue to be challenged. For children with disabilities or who are struggling in maths and reading, I believe that we should look into some additional math and reading coaches. And we have a great higher education university right here in UNH, and we should reach out to them, the students, retirees, and find volunteers that can go in and assist our teachers in that capacity. I believe we should implement classes in our middle schools that will enhance and have our children look forward to what lies ahead in our high school systems as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Richardson. Mr. Quagmire?
The area that I would make a priority is school climate. School climate is anything that affects our children in a positive or negative way inside or outside the classroom. In order for our children to be successful learners, school climate must be improved. I'm a staunch advocate of improving school safety, and I've spoken repeatedly on school safety and how we can improve it. Today I want to address the need for teaching and learning practices improvement to ensure our children are college and workforce ready. Far too many of our children are going through their K through 12 education, finding out after 13 or more years of school that they are not prepared for college, and they are lacking the basic math and English language skills to enter college. Far too many of our children must take remedial non-credit courses in these subjects before they can begin their college education. Our children are not prepared. This is not just a West Haven problem, this is a national problem. Fortunately, systems are being put in place now to improve student readiness. These systems include a contemporary administrative and teacher evaluation system here in West Haven, and a new curriculum called the Common Core Standards. The Common Core Standards is a state-led effort that was established clear educational standards across the country for K-12 in English, language arts, and mathematics. It's been approved by 45 states in the country. Connecticut adopted these standards in July of 2010. These standards are more rigorous and are designed to ensure that students graduating from high school are prepared to enter college and are prepared to enter the workforce. So this means that teachers from West Haven or Brantford or Clinton or Ohio or California or anywhere in those 45 states are teaching the same curriculum based on the same standards. Our children will now be on pace with the rest of America's children and will be properly prepared to enable them to be college and workforce ready. However, this new curriculum comes with new challenges. All students must get equal access to content and curriculum. This will help in determining any individual extra needs. We need to monitor this transition closely to ensure that all children get the necessary support and resources.
Thank you, Mr. Quagliani. Your time has expired.